In this video, I want to spend a little time just talking more about z-statistic and a little bit more time talking about density curves. So this really is going to serve as a review of some of the things we covered yesterday. I also wanted to just talk about using the calculator. One more thing you can do with that. So for the data on how much the class spends on a haircut, so you can see the data off to the right here, and it says find the mean, standard deviation, z-statistic. So I want to point out that really nothing that this problem is asking you to do will require anything other than one variable stats. But this is the first video I'm shooting where I did not order the data. And sometimes it's nice to have the data in order, median. It's nice to have it even for the mode, so you can quickly scroll through and see which values occur the most often. And it's nice, of course, for percentile. Okay, these are the things you really would like the calculator in order. So I just wanted to show you how to do that. Okay, if you go to stat, so let me get out of here. You go to stat, you see it says sort. Sort A means sort ascending, means it will start with the lowest number and go to the highest, and sort D means descending. Well, I like it in this, so you then do second one. You say I want to sort list 1. It says done. So now when you go back in, the numbers have been sorted. So now it would be easier, as I said, to find the mean, or I'm sorry, the median, the mode, I think, because it's nice to be able to just quickly count how many zeros there are, how many 20s there are, and of course percentile. And along with median, I guess quartiles, interquartile range, and min and max. All right, so it's nice to have it in order. But for this problem, we didn't really need it because it says, okay, find the mean and standard deviation. So I'm going to do one variable stats on list 1. Calculate it, and there they are. All right, so here I've got my my mean. Okay, so this X bar, of course, answers A. So here's A right there. And part B is sample deviation, so part B is right there. So the mean was $19.53, and the sample deviation is 15.13. So part C says find the z-statistic of a student that spent $30. So if you recall, let's just write this up here. The z-statistic is equal to the number of interest minus the mean divided by the standard or sample deviation. Okay, I'm kind of mixing my things here. I suppose I should write SX down there. Because the other way to think about it is with the population. So maybe I'll just do that for now. Okay, so for $30, it'd be 30 minus 19.53 divided by 15.13. Okay, that'd be our z-statistic. I'll calculate that in just a minute. Let me also do letter D. It says the z-statistic of a student that spent $5. So, of course, this will be a negative z-statistic because you're spending below the mean. Okay, let me use my calculator to calculate that, and then I'll show you those values. Okay, so here are our two z-statistics actually calculated for you. So remember, the meaning of the z-statistic is really how many deviations away from the average are you. So this first one is 0.692 standard deviations above average, and the second value is 0.96 deviations below average. All right, let's look at a density curve. Okay, so a certain population has this density curve, so you can kind of take a look at the scale real carefully, see that it goes up by 2/10 each time, that this goes up by 1, so each box represents 2/10. So the probability that something randomly picked is greater than 0.4, so 0.4 is here, so we've got 2 boxes for a total of 0.4. All right, next, find the probability that something picked from this this population with this curve is less than 0.6. So now we're talking all of this area in here. So I might even think about it saying, well, there's 0.2 here, and the whole thing has to add up to 1. So this rest of it must be 0.8. It's supposed to be a point. And finally, the probability of being between 0.4 and 0.6. So just this group here, of course, will be 0.2.